Hey, it's Juck. At number one, the most beautiful uniform in all of sport. If they brought back the gray stripes, this thing is so far out in front of everybody, you can't touch it. We are not bemoaning the noon kickoff. We are now owning it. It's a badge of honor. We're the lunatic fringe that defines our coach's legacy when it comes to this game. They don't get to define that outside the field. So we're cut from a different cloth for Ohioans. Do I want Michigan to beat Oklahoma? No way in hell. I don't know what world I'm living in. This is insane to me. And if you saw my outburst, I apologize. It's showtime now. Welcome in, guys. Sorry, I'm way late, man. I was obviously watching the end of that Georgia-Tennessee game, and I couldn't peel my eyes off it, and then trying to find the peacock and get set up down here with all my gizmos and doodads. And on top of that, I got to watch Ohio State kick a field goal on 4th and goal from the 1.5-yard line because Ryan Day is sending a message that he's mad at everybody. Tegra Shabola with a couple penalties already. Things feel like they've been clicking relatively nice on the offensive side of the ball. Defense is playing lights out, but that old bugaboo scoring down in the red zone, 0 for 2 inside the 10 so far for touchdowns, and that is obviously not good. And we are up 6-0 with 4:20 left in the half, which not what I was expecting. Not what I was expecting. But anyway, here we are. We're watching some football. Peanut sucks. Yes, it does. Peacock, yeah. Listen, very hard to watch the game. If you rewind, I have a hard time then fast-forwarding back to get caught up. And if you rewind past a commercial, you have to watch the whole commercial break again before you can go through. But I will say, as much as I'm not a big fan of Chris Sims, pretty cool hearing him talk about Matt Patricia saying I played for him and how great he was. And it seems like we've heard nothing but that from any of the players who have played for Matt Patricia in the NFL. You know what I mean? Except for at Detroit. Anybody who played for him anywhere else outside of Detroit seems to have great things to say about him. Of course, Tennessee blew it, man. Tennessee had a great shot to upset Georgia today. That would have been really fun, but we did get the big upset. Georgia Tech beating Clemson. Clemson falls to 1-2. Clemson, the team with the number one returning production in the entire country this year, 1-2, and that is something, man. Veteran-led team, veteran quarterback. I'm sure they'll lose again. We got JJ getting in a fight here, man. The little DB does not want to fight with JJ. That's going to be fun to watch in the replay as I've got my attention on 7 different things. Three-Stripe Liverbird says Sam needs to be able to run the ball sometimes. We got Bo back in, and geez, look, anybody at this point who can't see the difference between that, I don't know what to tell you, man. He's just, I don't know what he's averaging a carry right now, but it's a whole lot more. ACC definitely overrated, and Clemson was fool's gold for sure. For sure. Okay, Juck, you win. Bo is the best running back. All right, thank you. All right, now we can just move past the argument and watch him continue to eat up and enjoy ourselves together without argument about it. Bucks now back inside the red zone, or the red area, as the cool kids call it these days. It used to just be the red zone. Now it's the red area. And let's see if they can punch it in this time. I could not believe that they kicked a field goal of 20 yards. That is not what I thought I would see against a MAC team in the second quarter. Mike says we need Ethan O to develop and win the right guard job. Tegra is just a mess. So Tegra, even before, well, actually between penalty 1 and penalty 2, no, it was the first series. The first series down inside the 10, it was 1st and goal. Innis blew the block on 1st down. They ran on 2nd down, and Tegra blew up that play. So two plays blocked bad, and then it's 3rd down. And that's when Julian threw it to Carnell, and he got held and couldn't come down with it. And then the 4th down, where he probably should have got rid of it quick to Donaldson in the right corner of the end zone. but didn't, and that was the first possession. But yeah, Tegger's good for a couple of really lousy plays every game. And we are 3rd and 10 inside the 20 now, where I'm at, guys, on the game. I hope you're at the same spot. Max Clare on the board, baby. Julian Sam with a rollout, eyes downfield, looking good. Gunned it in there to Max Clare. By the way, I got to show you guys. So we were supposed to do the stripe out tonight, right? About time, Max. Yeah, man. It's nice to see Max finally get involved. And that was actually one of our 10 questions. We'll have to pull those up in the post-game show. I love watching him throw on the run, man. He looks good when he's rolling out. Julian looks so fun sometimes. I mean, the stuff he does is just a little bit different. Beautiful job by Julian to stay patient and wait for the open guy. It sure was. Ole Miss and Arkansas. I don't got South Carolina and Vanderbilt on this split screen here. Michigan destroyed the Chippewas today. My man, I apologize, buddy. Hey, Davey, what's up, buddy? Dave likes Bo. Yes, a lot to like about the Bo, man. A lot to like about Bo. It's just a different level of burst there. And why don't we have a look at the updated stats here? What do we got? All right. So we have got Bo now with 4 carries for 30 yards and a 7.5 average, to Donaldson's 6 and a 4.3 yard average, Peoples 4 and a 4.5 yard average. Lincoln Keenholz, guys. We haven't talked about that. So Lincoln comes in on a little sub package on 3rd down to run the ball. Looked great doing it and took a blast. One heck of a hit. We got Jeremiah with 5 receptions for 83 yards already. Carnell 3 for 47. Max has got 2 now. He's only had 2 on the season, so 2 for 30 with a touchdown already. And once again, in the first half, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people with a reception, which is excellent. Caden Curry with 3 tackles already. Caden Curry has looked fantastic all year, but particularly a couple of plays already he's made today that have just been great. And Caden Curry has really been quite a surprise to me. I honestly thought that, and I know a lot of you guys I know aren't surprised by this. I had a lot of you who were saying, no, Caden Curry's going to be the dude this year. And I wasn't totally buying it. You guys were right about him. Billy, what's up, buddy? 50-0 would make Chris win all of his bets. Chris, I don't know if we're on the pace for that one, brother. Not being able to watch the game, I about shot myself when I saw Lincoln was in the game. You just popped in and Lincoln was taking the snap. Yeah, that would be. Oh, did he really? Jaden Ballard got a touchdown today. I missed that. Oh my gosh, Virginia Tech down 21-0 to Old Dominion. Hey, Old Dominion's pretty good, I guess, because now that you bring that up, Indiana only beat Old Dominion 28-14 in week 1. So in all the mix of getting everything set up here, I did not even notice that Bo Atkinson knocked Parker Navarro out of the game. Not that I was concerned. Either way, I didn't think this offense was going to be able to do much on this defense. These guys are just nasty, man. They're on a different level. This is a defensive-led team. As we see Caden McDonald with a sack and just blowing up the line. Future first-rounder, Caden McDonald. Monster. Gets through there so fast, he falls down to a knee, is able to get up, recover, and then go sack homeboy. Love it. Yeah, I agree, Mike. I don't know if we're going to see him another year in the Buckeye uniform. But Eddie Houston's going to be that dude next year. Not in that spot, but he's getting better and better. Yeah, I guess I do feel bad for this kid, Parker Navarro. Everybody's been talking about him all week long, that he was going to come in and really make some noise here. What's up, Ricky? You got it, bud. Thought we'd pop on for a little while at least and, hang out, watch the game together, play some chat football. Got to come down here for the post-game show anyway, which I always enjoy the post-game show a lot, but it's not I like to review the game. I guess I do initial thoughts in the post-game, and then I kind of do another one for Sunday morning after I do a rewatch and click back on a lot of plays and focus a little more. But it's hard when you got a lot of other good games going, which is why I like the Buckeyes. Don't tell anybody. Playing at noon. No, not with big games, but like games against Ohio, I want them playing at noon so that I can not have to try to focus on other games at the same time. Because there's usually a bunch of garbage games at noon, except for one. We've got Notre Dame and Texas tied at 7. And it is now 3rd and 19 for the Bobcats. Looks like the Bucks will get the ball back with 2 minutes left and an opportunity to take a 20-0 lead into the half, which would be pretty doggone acceptable after the way this has gone. A lot of Diet Pepsi. What's up, Adam? How you doing, buddy? Billy, what do I think of Aller? So it's not been great so far this year. I thought we'd see a step up, particularly with these receivers. I didn't get a chance to watch any of them today. So I'll get to that, by Monday or Tuesday. But I'll tell you what, I thought that Penn State would come out clicking, looking good, looking much better than they did last year. I don't really think they do. What's up, John? John's a little bit nervous about the Washington game in 2 weeks, staying with his first road start. It's certainly, look, I got an answer for you, buddy. It is certainly a huge game. They got a bye week, thankfully, which helps. But yeah, it's going to be a huge test for him. That environment at Washington, and they know they got first off, they got the number 1 team coming in. It's a program on the rise. They got a quarterback who is like Kyler Murray. And they know they got a freshman quarterback and an atmosphere in that stadium that, honestly, it's second to none. I don't know if you guys ever watched me go on my buddy Ryan's show, Sports Chat 503. It's an Oregon show. He told me, and he's an Oregon fan, like season ticket Oregon guy, went to Oregon, that the loudest game he's ever been to is an Oregon game at Husky Stadium. He said it's louder than Autzen. And they got number 1 coming in with a freshman quarterback making his first road start. It's going to be insane for Julian. So going to be imperative to come out and shut them up early. But Eli, here is the picture of the overhead that we got from the TV as to how that stripe worked out. For those who don't remember, it's supposed to be gray. Everyone's supposed to be wearing gray throughout the horseshoe, and in the south stands, they're doing the helmet stripe. So this is what it looks like at Ohio Stadium when you tell everyone to wear gray. It's like they thought it was a scarlet out almost. There's just a few that didn't cooperate and they wore gray for a scarlet out, actually, is what it looks. It looks like the exact opposite of what the instructions were. But who knows? Maybe when it gets dark and we see an overhead shot, it'll look a little better. But I don't think so. I don't think so. Apparently they weren't paying attention. It was plastered all over the tickets. Like, you don't just when you get tickets, even from a third party merchant now, they you have to get them. You still got to log into like the university, and you get the ticket from the university, and it says it right on there if it's a special game or you're supposed to wear something. And I don't know, memo didn't get out, or maybe look. I had somebody say to me this week, look, not everybody has gray Ohio State shirts, which I thought was hilarious. But maybe I'm just weird. I don't know. Got about 40 Ohio State shirts, so I guess I got 40 down here. um, yeah, man, Miami looks good. They really do. Billy says Aller was wildly or oddly inaccurate today. 3rd and 18 for the Bobcats. 2:18 left. Oh, this is a duck right here. He says he's been to Husky Stadium. Caden Curry with the sack, man. Our guy is killing it this year. From the nose. I love this. He's at nose. Atkinson and Hicks are at edge. And Arvell is at 3 tech. But he pulls back. And Caden Curry just bull rushes, man. Bull rushed a double team. Dude, the power that he has added this offseason. He is just bigger and stronger. That is awesome. Yeah, fighting through a double. I love it. Bobby, thanks so much. Bobby, appreciate the super chat. Bobby says the offense beyond frustrating. Can't run on OU. Now, let's check those running stats one more time while we're at commercial break here as the Bucks are going to get the ball back. Let me go over there and refresh that. We'll take a look at those, see where we're at here. All right, so refreshed rushing stats, we are at 17 for 80 with 4.7 yards of carry, and that is unacceptable. Got to be over 5 yards of carry. When we look at the backs individually, we've got Donaldson at 4.3, Peoples at 4.5, and Bo Jackson at 7.5. There's an answer to the problem here. 2 weeks in a row, we're watching the answer. I don't know what to say. Peoples and Donaldson do exactly what they should. Bo does a little more, but run blocking hasn't been great, I will say. Soon enough, man. Soon enough, in my opinion. I actually think that's a lot of. So down at the press conference on Tuesday, and I played this in a show earlier this week. Asked Ryan Day about Riley Pettijohn winning Defensive Player of the Game, and he elaborates for like 2 minutes on Riley Pettijohn. Then he was asked about Bo, and he talked for like 2.5 minutes in a total generality that had nothing to do with Bo at all. And some people were thinking, okay, he's mad about that fumble. And other people were thinking, well, It could be that, or it could be he knows he's about to be a much bigger part of the offense, and it's probably not going to go over well in the locker room, or in the running back room. Who knows? But it is what it is at this point. I mean, it's very apparent what's going on here. And some people will say pass protection as if they think they know that Bo can't pass protect. It's true. Most freshmen lag behind a little bit there, and you might not want him in there in the biggest moments of the game. But when we're talking bulk of the carries over the course of a game, I'd much rather see 25 getting the bulk of the carries. But in good time, man. I have no doubt. I have no doubt that that's going to happen by the end of the year. All right, punt. Oh my gosh, not again. JJ back there fielding the punt and actually almost muffs it, recovers it, and then a pretty good return. I mean, elusive anyway. Yeah, our special teams are horrible again this year. It is completely unacceptable. It's Ryan Day's kryptonite. It is. It's unbelievable. And still can't just settle on one doggone punt returner. All right, here we go. Opportunity to take a 20-point lead into the half. 146 left for the Buckeyes. Julian saying 14 of 18 for 183 and a touchdown, which whole lot better than Arch Manning today, guys. I don't know if you saw that. We'll go over those stats at the half. It was not good for the Arch. And on first down, another hit to Jeremiah for a gain of 5 and out of bounds to stop the clock. So, do you think it's possible that maybe we are overrating or have overrated that Texas win to start off the season? Because they had a hard time with UTEP. And Arch was atrocious. Arch was 5 of 16 when my son came and said, "Yeah, have you seen? They're booing Arch. They were booing Arch at Texas. Completion to Peoples doesn't get out of bounds, doesn't make a man miss. Unacceptable." We're at 130. Oh no! Picked, tipped, and picked. Clean tipped, then double tipped, then picked. And that's one of those we're going to hear from everybody. He's too short. Yeah, pretty putrid half of offense. Count on this defense to shut these guys out in the first half, though, because they do have the ball at the 40 plus 40 with a minute 20 here. And Bo Atkinson gets him in the backfield, gets away, gains about 1.5. Time alone with a nice play to clean that puppy up. Chris Sims just said they want to score with no time left. They don't want to let Ohio State's offense back on the field. There's 49 seconds and they're at the 40, dude. They got to move. I don't know what you're talking about. Uh, Meech, I just paid for Peacock for this. Oh, there's that coach. Did I play that quote for you guys? So Ohio's coach was asked this week at his press conference, um, how are you going to deal with Jeremiah Smith and Caleb Downs? And he's like, yeah, I mean, they're certainly, two of the best wide receivers in the country. So it's definitely going to be a tough thing to deal with. Boom, stuffed. These boys are running it up the gut with 40 seconds left. Boy, John, you might be right. Well, nah, they won't. They won't. If Florida had won last week, they would have probably. Remember, they just beat Louisiana Tomato Can last week, like 28-16. They certainly weren't impressing last week. Actually, if anything, Miami is the one who's going to get a bump. Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's possible. Actually, I don't think it is possible because Ohio State was such a unanimous number one this week. They had so many more first place votes. And a good point here by Disdain Rogue that LSU's win over Clemson does not look nearly as good. Oh, how are you guys so far ahead of me, man? There it is. My dog, baby. Apparently, my Peacock fee is about 4 seconds behind you guys. Telling you, man, when Caleb leaves, I really think that he's going to be able to do a lot of the unique things that Caleb can do. I think they're going to trust him to put him in a role like that. Dude, if they're going to take a look and see if it's targeting. What are you talking about? That wasn't to the head or the neck. First contact was literally with the side of his shoulder pad. Uh, I'll turn this. I'll turn this off if they call this. Yeah, man. If they call this, I mean that is so okay. All right, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know if you were telling me that was the rule or that was your opinion, but I understand you are a click ahead of me here. Veli got him by the shoestring. So with 28 seconds down with fourth down, these guys are going to have an opportunity to get on the board here. Yeah, Sims makes a good point. Why in the hell would you call a timeout there? Blightfather says that literally meant zero of the criteria for targeting. Not even close. No, it wasn't. Absurd. Like we all saw that in real time. And like you, I'm now conditioned whenever it's close to do the gasp and like, here we go, looking for a flag. That one didn't even come close in my brain, so it shouldn't have been any of those people's either. And here we go, lining up for a field goal to ruin the shutout attempt. And he's going to get him on the board. Bucks will take a 10-point lead into the half as a 31-point favorite. I still think they're going to cover. But that's just not good enough, man. Yeah, the defense is so good. You got to be kidding me. Peacock. The kicker's name is Peacock. Unbelievable, man. Drew Peacock. JCK, am I the only one who thinks saying isn't that great at the deep ball? I think he's pretty doggone good at the deep ball myself. But let's see what the rest of the chat thinks. Jada Man blaming the first half on Peacock. Matter of fact, we can go ahead and blame last year's first half on Peacock as well, because it wasn't a great first half up in East Lansing until right before the first half ended. Remember, that was the Will gets dinged up. He's on the field, and Devin Brown comes in and has his one shining moment of the season, and throws that Jeremiah runner where he just puts his hand out like this, and it was Jeremiah's first highlight catch of the year last year. Innes has no business being the returner, says Chris. Mike is so done with Innes on special teams. I'm gonna have to rewatch that because I was kind of looking down at your comments. Okay, so he tried to let it go out of bounds and get it up to the 35, which in this situation with 22 seconds left on the clock is probably pretty ill-advised. Yeah. Not like you're going to do anything at that point. Adam says he doesn't throw it enough, in my opinion. Well, I mean, let's keep in mind, this is only now the third half of football. He's really had the green light to do so. He didn't have it in Texas. But to your point, JCK, a couple of them he has, a couple of them he hasn't. But like, let's say, for instance, that first ball, the long shot to Jeremiah, like you could look at that and say, all right, that one didn't hit him in stride, but Jeremiah didn't really have the angle. So he placed it to the sideline, let him kind of come back to it. The DB had inside leverage, so Jeremiah couldn't cut it out and head towards the post ball. So he put it where only he could get it. So that one was actually like a perfect ball. It just might not have looked like it at first, but when I watched it back, it definitely was placed perfect. Because that was my first thought when I saw that one too. But I know what you're saying. We've seen a couple of them, like let's see, the one to Carnell was a little bit behind him last week. The one down the seam, which I didn't even notice on first watch, but Carnell had to kind of support behind him. I think it'll get better and better. Rick didn't realize he had to have an upgrade on Peacock to get the game. Missed half the first quarter. Well, I got to say, my man, you didn't miss much. At age 50 and running a 6.8 in the 40, I'd be a better punt returner. Sand needs a strong half in the second half for his confidence. I'll tell you, Dave's giving him the business, man. He pulled him aside and gave him the Kyle McCord business a couple times in the first half, which is always I just got immediate flashbacks to McCord. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. The right side of the line definitely has had some issues in the run game. It's been a little more obvious with Tegra in there. One of our questions of the game. We're going to continue to see the rotation with Ethan and Tegra. Certainly seems so now, and I think that Ethan. Remember last week they put the second string line in, the whole second string line. And you had Justin Terry at right tackle, Ian Moore at left tackle, Ethan remained at guard. And I think that means, like, okay, primarily his position is now guard instead of primarily tackle, and he's playing guard. He's a guard now, and that's just that with that. So could we see him continue to get better and eat into Tegra snaps? I think so. Paulie Buckeye says, need to end the running back battle. It's Bo Jackson and Peoples is 1 and 2. Clearly. Richie, what's up, brother? Horrible hip and too much Taco Bell. That's what he's blaming that 6'8 on. The 6'8 40. Muscle Tech says, Brandon needs to be replaced by a different receiver. Not getting it done. I don't see the hype. I'll tell you what. BI looked so good in practice heading into this year. He looked quicker. He's obviously a great leader. Guy gets a captain, having never started a game, over just 4, and a beloved member of the team. I don't think he's had a ton of opportunities yet this year. And we got to keep in mind, I mean, we are game 2.5 games into the season right now. So, but no, as of yet, it hasn't been fantastic. DePera agrees. He was stoked for BI this season, but he hasn't really showed out. Looks a little off. He also, guys, is playing like half the snaps of the other receivers. So essentially what they're doing is if Jeremiah and Carnell are playing 43 or 40 snaps in a game, Brandon is getting 20 and Max Clare is getting 20. They're kind of splitting them like that. So that's what it's been the first 2 games anyway. So he hasn't had nearly as many opportunities as the other receivers. But, we'll see. I mean, if he doesn't get it done, I have no doubt that we'll see Bryson start to eat into some of the slot, or maybe Mylan, who isn't really a slot, but if he is that clear number 4, he can play it, no doubt. Yardage at the half, 278 to 28. How would they possibly be this close? That is that's what you get for kicking a field goal at the 1.5 yard line on 4th down, and they're getting stuffed on 4th down. Not stuffed, but making a bad decision. Shane, not a fan of the Peacock. Well, this is like deja vu from last year. I'm with Dave here. Play calling been a little scratching. This is definitely Heartline's not best day so far. We'll see it get picked up in the second half. I think they're going to cover easily. So Peacock last year, man, we did this live stream last year for the Peacock game. The chat was just going crazy. But that was more so, I don't know if you guys remember, last year on Peacock we had Andrew Siciliano and Colt McCoy on the call. And Colt, that was the talk of Buckeye Nation for a week, how bad Colt McCoy was on the call. Yeah, hey, let's all hit the like button. Why not? Why don't we, guys? Chris? I can't put that up there. Terrence says Bo needs to play every snap and Sand needs to hit the flat in the red. My mic is a little weird. Let me know if that's any better. Sometimes I get a loose connection up here. No, don't tell me that. Do you guys have any idea how expensive these things are? They're not all expensive. You wanna know the truth, though? This is the most irritating thing that there is. I've got 2 mics. I've got this mic, and then I've got a travel mic that I take when I go, uh, travel somewhere, and I know I'm gonna do a show, like when we go on vacation or when we went out to the Rose Bowl or something. That's a $50 mic. This is like a $600 setup mic right here, right? And the $50 mic that plugs right into the computer, that's the one I bought and sent to Dylan, I swear has better sound. It really does. I promise you it does. The only reason I won't use it for the daily is because it pisses me off so much that this one I spent so much money on this. Um, Otherwise I certainly would. Is it better now? No, it's not better? I sound foggy. I think hold on, let me see if this is what it is. Let me stop sharing. Sometimes when I share a screen, that might be better. Might be. There you go. Okay, we're better now. All right, thanks guys. Thanks for letting me know. Apologize for that. I had in another window, I had the Notre Dame game on in another window behind this screen, and I didn't even realize it, and that'll throw it off. But Chris, thank you, my man. Appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. All right, good. I sounded like a McDonald's drive-through. It's fantastic. Larry Chanel is a big fan of the 3-man rotation. You have to look at the whole season. Larry, a college football running back must average 5 yards a carry. Okay. If that's not happening, you got yourself a problem. You just do. Let's check those stats at the half and see where we're at here. Okay, currently against the University of Ohio Bobcats, CJ Donaldson and James Peoples are averaging 4.3 and 4.5 yards a carry. Bo Jackson 7.5. Last week, if you took away Bo Jackson's 51-yard run, right? Because I know if I say Bo Jackson averaged 12 yards a carry, people like Larry are going to say, well, that's because he had a 51-yarder. So I made sure I did the math and took it away. He averaged 7.8 yards a carry. It isn't close. He's a much better running back. It just is what it is. But yes, they're all going to play. You need the depth. Juck choppy, buck sloppy. Game on Peacock. Let's just get out of here with a win. Hey, I was happy for Lincoln to go in and get there. Now, remember, we talked about this. Like, how are you guys going to feel if it's like third down, game number 6 or game number 4, and they trot Lincoln out there? And most people were like, nope, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to start dealing with that. But he comes out, looks fantastic. That run looked great. Larry, if you think that's a line problem, buddy, you don't know what you're watching. Here's the deal. The line gets you the first 4. You got to make that linebacker miss. They're not. He is. Brandingo, what's up, brother? Offense doing well, just struggling in the red zone. Yeah, the offense is doing well. They're moving the ball, struggling in the red zone. No doubt. No doubt, man. Bo looks ridiculous. It's true, Chris. It's true. I understand a lot of people really high on him, but it's true. He has not, he does exactly what he should, right? If there's a wide open lane, he hits it hard. He gains the yards that are there, but you're blocking up 10 on 11, and that means there's one dude that he's got to beat, and he's not. Caden Curry, Brandingo, I brought this up earlier. I slept on him myself. He looks fantastic this year. Caden McDonald, Caden Curry, 2 best defensive linemen so far this year, and it's not close. And I would have taken Kenyatta and Edric before Caden Curry to be that second guy after K-Mac that I would be impressed with. Incredibly impressed. He is relentless. He's always in the right place. The effort is second to none. He's bulked up, which I thought might slow him down. Doesn't look like it. And we just watched him split a double team from nose tackle, man. Like, he's not that heavy of a dude. So the strength is way up. Couldn't feel better for the guy in his final year of eligibility. Jalen McClain, buddy. He's a dude. Yeah, Joe, I'd agree with you. Sayin is not seeing it tonight like he has in the first couple of games. And that is what, you saw Day yelling at him for throwing the ball below the sticks out to the left on that 1 3rd down. He was telling him you had JJ. JJ broke out, and if he timed it right, he had him, but he didn't wait long enough. Yeah, Caden got that sack right on top of that lineman. That was awesome. Atkinson is getting a lot of play, and I'll be honest, he's another really effort guy, but he's not quite the athlete that I thought he was in the North Carolina film. When it comes to changing direction and such, he's like it was pretty shocking in the all 22 slowing that down. Like, yikes, man. He's kind of stiff. Yeah, Bucks D shutting them down. I don't think it's the expectations. I think anytime you come out slow and things aren't clicking like you expect, I mean, these guys like us come out and expect to blow the doors off these dudes, and when it's not going that way, and the MAC players are chirping at you, it can get some emotions out. But I will say, JJ's demeanor has been different a couple times this year than it was last year. Against the Texas game, we'll go back to the Texas game. Remember when Julian could have hit him for that long ball, and he let everybody see how mad he was? He didn't do that once last year. He wouldn't let anybody see that. That was the first, oh, okay. McClain is fantastic. He really is. Edric is overrated, says Logan. He is it's going to take him a little time. I think by towards the end of the year, we're going to start to see him really come into his own. But all the talent is there. Yeah, bullseye's definitely on the back every game. The thing to worry about next week, though, is that offense of Washington. And the way these guys have played running quarterbacks this year, as good as DeMond Williams is, I'm not particularly worried about it. It's a tough environment. Adam needs us to cover that 30.5. I also took the Buckeyes to cover in my picks, which Oregon looked like Northwestern was playing them tough early, which was really surprising. They were running the ball on them pretty well. They were moving the ball, and then Oregon ends up pulling away, but then they don't cover in the end. So I took an L on that. Chris Lane got the line at Ohio State minus 28.5. Let's see. Alabama covered. I won that one. What's the score of Pitt, West Virginia now? Wow, Notre Dame has pulled up 24-14 on Texas A&M. Miami mollywhopping USF now after the delay, 35-6. Texas Tech has dispatched Oregon State, 38-0. Still the whole fourth quarter left to go. Ole Miss and Arkansas playing a game at halftime, 31-28 Ole Miss. Illinois only up 10-0 on Western Michigan. They've got Indiana coming into town next week. Indiana beat Indiana State like 77-0 last night. And Fernando Mendoza looked really on point. Obviously a terrible competition, but what we thought might be a really good game just might not end up being a really good game. Indiana might do them pretty good. I'm starting to lean that way myself. We've got Vanderbilt, South Carolina, number 11, South Carolina, tied at 7. 4 minutes left in the first half with Vandy. Oklahoma, 42-3 against Temple from the link today. Obviously, everybody saw that Clemson lost to Georgia Tech. Such a shame. Auburn only beats USA 31-15. That's not so hot. Penn State beats Villanova. Let's take a look at that box score and see what Drew Aller did. He was 16 of 29 against Villanova. Yowzers. How about his receivers? Trevor Pena with 4, Kyron Hudson with 3, Ross with 1. Yeah, man. I don't know. They did run the ball really well, I guess. Well, Katron Allen did. 10 for 86. I do actually think Penn State is overrated. I mean, I think it was fair to rate them as they were rated, right? Coming into the year, it all made sense. It all lined up, but I don't think they've played to their rankings so far. Brandingo was rooting for Georgia. Heard we had some potential recruits at that game to support Tennessee, so I wanted them to look bad. Such a heartbreak for the Tennessee fans. You know, they had lost 8 in a row. Looked like they had it. They got a 37-yard field goal coming up. The bonehead jumps off sides, pushes it to 42, and you'll never convince me that didn't shake that kicker. He had 37 in his mind. Now it's 42. All right. You're giving him 5 more yards in that spot. Terrible. And here we go. We are back. That was a long halftime. OU with the ball from their 25. Here comes Caleb down, and he's coming. And he lost contain, and that's almost a first down on a quarterback scramble. Ouch. Chris said it, not me. Jeff, I heard Ballard got a touchdown, which good for him. D. Will Peoples is a sophomore. Navarro with the completion, and he's in open field. You gotta be kidding me. Lorenzo Styles, what are you doing, dude? Touchdown, Ohio University. 67 yards. Lorenzo Styles just got cooked and then was all over him and didn't bring him to the ground. Well, Lorenzo's been really good this season up into that point. That was terrible. Apparently, you guys are telling me they missed this extra point. And that's hilarious, dude. Do you know how mad I'd be if I was the coach? Like, you were about to pull us into a field goal. I mean, look, he's all over him all down the field. What is he doing? He's grabbing at his arm. What are you doing? That was the worst play I've seen by a Buckeye all year right there. That was embarrassing. All right, you gave up the catch. Now why are you reaching? Wrap that dude's legs and bring him to the ground, pal. Pathetic. He's going to have a rough day watching film tomorrow on that one. That's for sure. I like Lorenzo, though, man. That was a bad play. You know, a lot of people would like to see Bryce West get some more run in that role, and who knows, maybe we do. But honestly, Lorenzo's played good so far this year. That was, everybody has a bad play from time to time. That was embarrassingly bad. Bo Jackson up the gut. Bo in open field. Yeah, dude. Honestly, where's Larry? Larry, where you at, Larry? Where you at, Larry? Tell me James Peoples would have done that. Look, even my little son knows. That's my little young son. Well, he's 20 now, 21, 20-ish, 20-ish. I don't know. They all blend together. Ooh. Lamar flexed on him. When you go back and watch this, look at your face when he was running. Yeah, I get told that often. I try to avoid it because I know I look kind of silly. Listen, I've got kids and family, and they've been watching me watch games for the longest. Ryan Day, I've seen enough. Bo is RB1. He's a dog. That's RB1. End of discussion. Yeah, it's Bo time. Start Bo. Bo should have been RB1 yesterday. Peoples just got benched. Well, I'm loving Bo Jackson. Watching CJ Donaldson run after that is like, oh, interesting. I'm so ahead of you. Sorry, buddy. I hate that. Second and 12. And hey, they got to put a touchdown on the board down here. Wow. Julian with the check down again to Jeremiah. Pretty good coverage on that play there. Yeah, he does seem a little hesitant to let it rip tonight. This is good coverage, though. Oh, go steamrolled. Now, that was nice by Donaldson. That was all muscle and effort right there. Got to love that. Ah, shoot. He's out of bounds. Yeah, that'll be off the board here. And going to be third down. Points coming off the board. What's up, Buckeye Radster? Does not like the recipe we're cooking right now. Absolutely. Absolutely. If they kick another field goal inside the 5-yard line today, I'm going to go watch the Florida and LSU game. All right. The 4-yard line, fourth down. Points off the board. $30-yard field goal, 20-yard field goal, 22-yard field goal, and a failed fourth down. 16-9 Buckeyes early in the third. That was a real waste, man. That really sucked. I'm going to click back and watch that. Oh, Here we go. I was going to rewind and go watch that run again, but now that it's in the commercial, I can't go back to previous action on Peacock. This app is garbage. Total garbage. It's a pretty good point, Mike. This is the game plan that loses to T-Gun. Dominant everywhere but the red zone. What's up, Sage? Yeah, man, it's been rough. Wow, Iowa scored 30 points, 30-7 against UMass there. How about them? Iowa's doing it against the MAC team. All right, that's not fair. Our MAC team's better. It's full of a lot of Ohio boys. That's why. SC Buck says, embarrassing, those boys aren't going to enjoy the bye week. Honestly, could be a good thing, right? A lot of teaching moments. Angry coaching staff. Nobody's heads are big. John Turner is thinking maybe a Saiyan package in the red zone is in order. I wouldn't mind seeing it. Nick is talking blasphemous here. Chances we lose this. Get out of town. Get out of town. 0.03. Bucks guy, the game has him so frustrated. He's taking breaks to do laundry, so he's not sitting, drinking, and yelling. Hey, we're always going to oblige with a shout out to the AK. Gabriel with a shout out to Akron for scoring points this season. Mirth, how? He says you can reverse it out of the commercial, and I couldn't. Andrew misses Chip seeing these red zone struggles. What am I at here? Switch account. All right, here comes Mr. Navarro, fresh off of a touchdown pass. All right, Lorenzo Styles again. You think there's going to be plenty of Buckeye fans that are going to believe this is the end and shocked by saying, "Oh no, Lorenzo's hurt." Oh, his brother's next to him. That's sad. Was he really hurt? Did he get dinged up? Did it look bad? I can't rewind to see the replay, man. It went to the commercial and I can't click back to see the replay. He couldn't move his arm? Oh. If he couldn't move his arm, well, That sucks, man. I really like Lorenzo. Andrew thinks it's a stinger. Arday thinks it's a shoulder. All right. I wish I could see it and give my opinion. I don't have one. So Bryce West was the one who was backing him up. We'll see if that's what happens here. So Mirth, I am used. So yeah, mine's coming through a Roku. Maybe that's why. Eric's already ready to see Keenholz in the red zone. I suppose, you know, I kind of always thought that there might be a package for him in the red zone, and we saw that package earlier for the first time today out at the 50-yard line. So yeah, might as well. I've never agreed with how skittish Day is when it comes to running the quarterback. I think you have to do it sometimes. You just have to. And Julian's fast enough to do it. It's just like he's so scared of it. All right, so we got another one thinking that it looks bad. And here, okay, I'm back to the action now. Are they going to show oh, the way he's shaking his head doesn't look good. Yeah, I think there's a break, guys. The way he could, it looked like we've all been there, right? Bryce West is in. All right, so they did go with Bryce West, backing him up. He pops in at nickel. 2nd and 3 for the Bobcats. Navarro will run for that. And that right there looks like a preview of what we're going to see at Washington. Rolling out to pass and then taking off and running it. They weren't in the defense that they normally would be in when they're well, never mind. It wasn't 3rd down. So good play by him, but I think we're going to see a lot of those against Washington. First and 10 Bobcats, and they are milking all this clock. Oh, great play by Kenny. Gosh, you're going to want to block 97. What are you doing? What's up, KJ? Eight, baby. All right. That's how we play defense. I got to tell you, obviously, Arvell looks great in 8. Sonny deserves the block O. But those two guys with such similar frames wearing an 8 and a 0, hard to differentiate sometimes. It actually might be a good thing, confusing the offenses. And 3rd and 14. Can we get some heat on this dude? Here comes Arvell. Boom! Did that just? Did he bat the ball to Kenyatta? What did you guys just see there? All right, here's the replay. Arvell tips it. It's an incomplete pass. Okay, so no touchdown, but they're going to be punting because Arvell's a beast. Yeah, I don't know what they're watching. I was really confused there when I saw him running and they weren't blowing the whistle. Yeah. So Arvell with 2 beastly plays right there. Merce said it looks like Zoe's going to be okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. He's on the sideline talking to that guy. I don't know that guy's name. I've seen him around quite a bit. That medical kind of looks like Pantone, but he's the medical version of Pantone. BI makes the first man miss. Gets up the lane. All right. That was a good one. There we go. Get hype, number 1. I don't like the dumb face on this Ohio coach's face. I don't like his dumb face. There we go, BI. I don't even know if it's worth wishing for, brother. Hey, Sims, tell us about you sucked when you were in Texas. Put in Major Applewhite. Filthy indeed, buddy. Oh, Caleb Nouse with the Heartline slander. Is anyone sick of hearing about Sims' past? So when I'm on with you guys, I can't really listen. So I haven't heard many of his stories because if the audio's on, you'll hear it through the mic. We are 10-10 in Baton Rouge. Looks like they're going to have LSU an opportunity. Oh, we got a fight on the sideline. LSU will have an opportunity to go up 13-0 right before the half here. I watched plenty of the Michigan game today. Oh, I got a disgusting picture to show you from the Michigan game, actually. Let me pull that up. Hopefully here it is. Here's that picture. Look at that picture. How disgusting that picture is. This makes me want to puke. Oh, I put together a little cut up to show you guys. I'll show it to you now. Let me pull that puppy up. Buckeye recruit Brock Boyd, wide receiver out of South Lake Carroll. Let me see if I can pull that up easily. Here we go.
Blitz coming, picked up, fired deep down the right side, one-on-one coverage. It is in the hands and caught. Oh my goodness, by Brock Boyd. Pulls in his second touchdown of the year from 44 yards out.
Sorry, guys. Didn't expect that to go so long. We're back. Carnell with the slick moves. Oh man, the chat is turning on peoples. What did I miss? Carnell looked really shifty there. That's two really nice looking yards after catch. Third and 1. Donaldson powers ahead into the pile. Good gain of 3 for the first down. If Bo isn't the lead back moving forward, it'll be a travesty. Brock Boyd is going to be a monster. Thank you. I want Ohio State to get his older brother. His older brother looked great against Texas A&M. The very biggest opponent on his schedule. Julian going long. Boom. Doesn't it feel like we could have done that a couple times earlier already? Now, defense, shut them down. Floodgates are about to open up. I can feel it. Julian had a little funky action on that throw. Our man took back the deep ball comment. That was a nice one. JJ, at any given point in time. No, Brutus is right. Still a little late on the throw. The F at JJ's down there somewhere. Play. Do we cover the 29-5? I think a quick stop here, we might just see the floodgates open up, or maybe we don't. Maybe we see slow down run clock. My son said we have Peacock because you need it for Thursday night football. So I went to order Peacock and I already had it. And I thought that I must have had it because I forgot to cancel it from last year when they had the game on Peacock. And apparently that's not the case. My kid ordered it for Thursday night football. Jason wants to know what channel on box. No, I mean, it's a good point, Josh. A learning curve for all of them. They'll figure it out. It is good to face a little adversity. Have things not go so perfect. That said, I still got a feeling they're going to pull away here and potentially cover that line. Because let's be honest, this is a defensive-led team at this point, which it should be at this point in time. The defense is always going to be ahead. And they look great. However, doing what they did to Texas doesn't look quite so good anymore when you look at Texas's stat line from today. My gosh, man. So Texas wins 27-10 against UTEP. Malachi Nelson, you guys remember Malachi? He's now the starting quarterback at UTEP, and he was 24 for 36 for 209 yards. Archibald was 11 for 25 for 114 yards. There's a starting quarterback at Texas. 11 for 25 for 114, one touchdown, one pick. Also rushed for 51 yards and 2 touchdowns, but whatever. He punched it in when they were down low. 11 for 25 for 114 for the guy they told us was the top Heisman Trophy candidate coming into the year. So I guess my point is, how impressive was that defensive performance game one? Whatever, we got the win, doesn't matter. But we're going to start getting knocked for that win, like, rightfully so, potentially. I mean, Texas just doesn't seem that good yet. They'll get better. Perry, why aren't you on TV right now? Ouch. Alabama Jones. Ruthless. Caleb is not a believer in Sark. All right, here comes the defense. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats from their own 25. We are at 6:16 left in the third. 3-man rush. He's going to have to throw it away. Everybody was blanketed down the field, and I love that. Hartline's calling plays, but I'm certain Day has input, right? They're probably talking scenarios through. I mean, he's still learning. These are the best games to do that in. Yeah, man, the chat's bullying. The chat is bullying people tonight. OU tries to take it into the teeth of the defense. We bring up a 3rd down, and let's get this thing back. Sark said something about Arch getting hurt in the bathroom watching some old reporter take a – that's not what happened. Caleb, you can talk whatever crap you want about Sark on here, brother. It's not going to offend me one bit. So what happened was the reporter – there were some videos of Arch throwing, and he's like wincing when he's throwing, and they thought that he was hurt. And a completion for a 1st down on a slant. Dadgummit. So they asked Sark in the press conference, about Arch being hurt. And he said, no, he's not hurt. And the guy said, well, can you explain like the faces he was making? And Sark said, I don't know what kind of faces you make when you're on the toilet, which was really odd. But basically what he was saying was he's just making faces. He makes faces when he throws. Then somebody dug up a picture of him last year making a similar face when he throws. So we now just call it Arch face. Sometimes he just winces when he throws. Or there is really an injury and they're hiding it. I think they'll use that as a convenient excuse for why he sucks so bad against UTEP. Whether there was or wasn't, when he has a better game down the road, they'll be like, yeah, he wasn't feeling perfect back then. Oh! Number 2. I mean, that's fair. He did not do a good job developing Quinn. Highest rated recruit of our lives. Caden Curry has been everywhere tonight. All right, Bucks offense to get the ball back. Let's go take it to him here. Oh, my heart skips a beat, man. My heart skips a beat on the fair catch there. Mike, I agree with you. Actually, I just said it in the pregame show, my 10 question show, that I had him power rated 5th in the Big Ten, right behind Illinois. I don't know if next weekend we're not going to think after next weekend that they're above Illinois in that. Yeah, a little different in that scenario, buddy. I mean, they are spending and recruiting like we are not right now. In Texas, I mean, honestly, even when they weren't good at all, they were still recruiting fairly well because they were spending more than us in recruiting. But no, I mean, they got a ton of talent in Texas, and they're always going to have guys that want to play for the Longhorns, just like we got guys that want to play for the Buckeyes. And a lot of talent in the great state of Ohio as well. 2026 states with the most top 300 players in the country. Texas number 1 with 38, followed by Florida and Georgia. They're all pretty much the same. Then you got California, who used to be up there with them, no longer. State of Ohio, number 5 in the country, 16 top 300 players. How you like them apples? Whoa! Texas A&M now with the lead on ND 28-24. I haven't even been paying attention over here. Troy got a lot of love for Peacock. Very much enjoying the music. Man, I had to listen to some hold music today for like an hour. Is there anything more frustrating when you're on hold and they just repetitively play that damn music forever? And then the recording comes on like every minute and says, they'll be with you shortly. It's horrible. All right, Bucks, here we go with the ball at the 15. 3 minutes left in the third. We got Bo Jackson back in, barreling ahead for a 3-yard run. Peacock's graphic here, the wide receiver graphic. I mean, look, they look like mine, to be honest. But then that's not a compliment. This is not a compliment. Saying swings it out to the check down, Bo Jackson, who gets a first down and trucks 25. Ow. No, they don't. Your fella here was one of those fools as well. I thought Clemson would be a real force this year. Yeah, Colton, I don't know. I mean, he's without a doubt, yes, the best. I don't know if they're going to start him in that spot, though. What they want to see, hopefully, is, can they continue to trust him? No fumbles today would be great. Obviously, ball security's looked well. I think they like what Donaldson brings in short yardage situations. They like what Donaldson brings in pass pro. I don't know if Peoples isn't the odd man out here. And Bo, he is a good receiving threat. CJ's caught a couple nice balls. So you mean to tell me my prediction back in the spring was Bo Jackson will lead this team in rushing 2 games this year, and he's about to get it done in his first 2. I love it. Yeah, guys. Are we at half, Brett? 28-24 A&M over ND. Yeah. Honestly, he's more like Zeke. We've not seen any Isaiah West tonight, which surprised me. I thought we might see a little Isaiah by now. We got Bo out wide with Donaldson at running back right now. Did you guys see that? We get it now. All right. We're probably not going to see it coming out of the timeout. That would have been really interesting. They just lined Bo out at wide receiver and had Donaldson in the backfield. Yeah. You're not alone, buddy. There is a steady beat for Mylan Graham. And with the talent and with what we see when he looks like a deer out there that just spotted a hunter when he's moving. He's just so electric that the fact that we don't see him here and there, or we haven't seen him so much, makes you wonder, is he not practicing great? Are there little mistakes going on? You know what I mean? I don't know the answer to that. I don't know if that's the answer, but it certainly seems like he is just a little bit different. People aren't talking about IU versus Illinois next week. Going to be a banger. I thought so all year. And I don't know if I'm just way overvaluing Indiana, what they've done in their crap schedule, but there wasn't anything on last night other than UCLA embarrassing the Big Ten again after losing to UNLV. They lose to New Mexico last night. Arizona and Kansas State. And Kansas State loses again to Arizona. And Avery Johnson was horrific. And this dude, like, wow, man. They gave up Will Howard last year to make sure that kid wouldn't transfer out. And he's holding the whole team back. By the way, your favorite team kicked the tires on Avery Johnson as a potential transfer in the offseason. That dude sucks. His mom's a lifetime Illinois fan. Really happy to see they're doing good, but 07 still bothers you. Yeah, absolutely. Eli with a friendly reminder for everyone to like the video. That's always cool. Always cool thing to do. UCLA is putrid. I mean, they're terrible. Did you see the attendance? I got a picture right before game time. I got to show you guys this picture. This is what a Big Ten school looks like now. Right before kick. Please tell me I have that picture in here. It is hysterical. Dadgummit, I don't have it. I'm sure you take my word for it. It's hysterical. And they have like quite a few seats tarped off on top of it. Yeah, I mean, Nico's not very good, but that staff is terrible. Yeah, the Big Ten does have some really bad teams. Now you see what you've done? You've brought Juice Williams into the chat, and now everybody's getting anxiety. All right, 1st and 10. Bo back in. Oh, come on. So I made a short last week, right? Damn. There we go. You guys are ahead of me again. I'm seeing your excitement about something. Oh, maybe I just need to fast forward. Julian Long. Oh! You guys weren't kidding. That ball was perfect. I couldn't have walked it and dropped it in his hands any better than that. That was perfect. Oh, Ohio's coach is a sad. Hey, that's not that. Hey, I like that. Just throw it deep every play. Eli's wife ordered him the Tate NIL box. Is that like I think I saw that on Instagram, like a mystery box of things, or do you know what's coming in it? No, there's been a lot of talk from people that I trust that Tate has now potentially moved himself into potentially the number one wide receiver off the board in this class. You know, the funny thing is, like, I think we all expected he was going to have a great year just being opposite JJ, but he looks to have gotten better. Not sure cards and a poster all signed. Yeah, let me know, because I was considering ordering one of those, or maybe using them for like contest and stuff when I give away things. They really do. They have a great connection. Brother. Ouch. You did not say that last week. The slander. You guys are hurting my feelings, man. Oh man. Ennis is definitely better than Fleming. I'm pretty sure. Oh no, Purdue threw an interception in the red zone, hanging with SC. All right, 30-9, start of the fourth. Caleb coming down hard. Not a thing. TFL. Bo Atkinson on that sucker. Attaboy. You know, the funny thing was, I was talking this week. I think I actually just released this morning. And I was describing how games against inferior opponents used to be. Like they used to feel sleepwalk through quarter 1 and 2, turn it on for like a lazy 30-9 win. And I was comparing that to the Grambling game. And here we have like the same scenario I was describing. But the defense looks tremendous. Outside of that one busted play. Third and 8. Oh, no game next week. I hate bye weeks. This is going to suck. Oh, Bo Atkinson got him. Heck of a night by Bo Atkinson. And of course, Caden right there. Here comes the punt. We're in for an adventure. Fair catch. All right, BI. All right. 30-9. Touchdown here. We're getting close to that cover. Score here. We're getting close to that cover. D-line is absolutely eating. What's up, Nancy? You're damn skippy, he does. Oh, I was saying, so I put this short out after last week's game of something that I was saying during this. Like, look, Bo Jackson, unequivocally the best running back on this team. And underneath that thing, there was a boatload of comments. I think it had like 25,000 views. And underneath it, there were like 30 or 40 people who were just like, well, pass protection. And when he fumbled, nobody mentioned that CJ Donaldson fumbled. And like, nobody has any idea if he can't pass protect. They're just assuming that he can't. And then others were like, no, Peoples is better. And it's okay. We'll see. And I said to most of them, you're going to look so wrong. And to others of them, I said, you're must have been a big Lydell Ross fan in 2002, because honestly, that is exactly what this feels like. Ryan Day 20 says, I haven't seen a Buckeye defense with this much pressure on a quarterback in a while. Patricia sends the dogs. He sure does. Ooh, don't forget Lorenzo Styles. Ennis, Peoples, and Styles are going to be Going to be catching some slander here soon. Jeez, are you kidding me? We got 500 yards of offense right now. Later, Chris. Guys know you got a former Michigan running back in the chat there with you. Did you guys even notice? Yeah, for sure. Peoples is a great kid. How many more deep balls? Well, it seems to be like the best thing working tonight, so I'm gonna go with two more deepsters. I can't get over this overhead shot on this on the helmet stripe game, and everybody wore red. Grab for Big Will Kazmarek. Vandy up 21-7 on South Carolina. My nephew's going to flip out. That is just a perfect summation of what this kid is as a running back. Like, you just can see that burst, boom, and then the power. Love it. Matt Cornelio, what's good? Juck, Buckeye fan from Maine. We're everywhere. Love the show. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. Oh, just got a cousin Andy text. Time for Bo to be RB1. I don't know why he's not in the chat. He could have just listened to you guys all night. Tegra. Dadgummit. Come on, man. Look, like, honestly, that's a bad play call there. Tegra does play lazy sometimes, but I think that's just a stupid play call to ask him to do that. I think you're right. I think you're right, Coach. All right, 3rd and 10 for the Bucks. Yeah. Heat's coming. Throws it away. Doesn't he? Does he have? He has 2 today, doesn't he, bud? So that would be, I think, 4 in 3 games. Yeah. All right. So I guess really no harm, no foul. Yeah, they are swarming. Sellers out for the game. What happened? I mean, I'll be honest. I didn't think they were that great of a team this year. I love Sellers, but oh no, looks like they got a bad injury in the Arkansas Ole Miss game. I have a real hard time keeping up on these other games when the Buckeyes are on. I'm telling you what. Even like the scores. 10-13 in Baton Rouge with 9:25 in the third quarter. LSU up 13. KJ asks, can will LSU jump OSU with the win over a Power 4 team tonight? So that would be a win over Clemson for them, a win over Florida, and a win over Louisiana Tomato Can, like 24-17. But Clemson is now a 1-2 team. Florida, if they beat them, is a 1-2 team. So no, I don't think it's close. I would be more worried about Miami. I mean, those weren't even like bad interceptions. All right, guys, I'm going to watch this offensive series, and then I am going to cut out, go grab something to eat, and I probably won't do the post-game show live, but I will probably do it tomorrow morning. Because I'm getting kind of hungry. And I've been on here for 2 hours now. There we go. There's a good one for Peoples. Oh, here we go. The story about the no signs for the national championship. All right, there we go. Great job by the line, blowing a hole open there. Huge hole. There's Donaldson with the reception out of the backfield. All right, here we go. 2nd and 3. Nice. 1st down, Donaldson. Now, back in by the 10 here. Better be a touchdown down here. First and 10 for the Bucks inside the 20. Look at this offensive line out here. Get out of here. They didn't even have to block anybody. They fooled everybody so hard on that reverse. And another touchdown for JJ. Love it. All right, so extra point makes that a 28-point lead. The cover is definitely still in play with 6:36. Is it though? Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know if the defense gets it back quick. We'll see. Anyway, friends, I appreciate you guys so much for joining me, hanging out, watching some football with me. I will see you probably for the post-game show tomorrow before the NFL games. I'll probably pop on, maybe do it live at like noon after I rewatch the game and take some more extensive notes because it's tough to do that on Peacock and while I'm talking here with you guys. So appreciate you guys. Have a great night. Go Bucks. Talk to you soon. Juggin' Bucks out.